Is there any smoke coming out of the top part of the engine? If yes, then most probably the seal of the injector is faulty. So as soon as possible, go to a workshop and replace one or more seals of the injectors. So today I'm having the same problem, which I have talked now about, and let's replace that sealing. Firstly, remove the covers in order to see that one or more injectors which are leaking. I got here in time. There are not too much tar here, but if it's very late from the problem starts, you can get very messy here. Check for the injector which is leaking. First injector looks okay. This one looks okay too. And yeah, we have it here. As you can see, there are signs of the combustion mixture leaking. Yeah, it's definitely this one. And maybe the last one. Let's check the last one. The last one is very clean, it's not leaking. So this one is leaking. Now I have to make more space to work on. Firstly, remove the connector aside. Next I will disconnect the pressure sensor connector. Okay, it's now better. Now I should disconnect the fuel return line. Now it's on our way for moving the injector. I will disconnect it and from this injector also. Be careful not to damage it. I will remove also it from the high pressure fuel pump. Now it will be more convenient to take out the injector. The next thing is to disconnect the injector plug. Now we can remove the high pressure fuel line from the injector and from the fuel rail. You don't want any debris to get into the injector, so I will use a insulating tape to cover it. Now I will undo the holder bolt. Something is wrong here. The bolt is moving very hardly. I think it was damaged from the previous replacement. it's not damaged, but it has rusts on it. Before putting the new bolt and assembling it back together, I will have to clean the threads, the hole in the cylinder head. But look what do we have here. One of the fins of the holder is missing, is broken. Here, the holder is broken. Thank God I have 2 spare ones. There are some tar here. It's normal. If I wouldn't change it now and I would wait and use the car as it is, there would be everything would be covered in that black tar. Now let's try to remove the injector. I think it won't be very easy. Move it from one side to another a little bit. Okay, it's moving. Now I should try to lift it. I will use the high pressure pipe. It's from another engine, so I'm not afraid to damage it. Oh, and now I can move it easier and use it to pull it out. And the injector is out. I can't understand why there are so much rust in that hole for the holder bolt. It smells really awful. And I assume that previously it was changed, because it's not a copper washer. It's that new one which is placed later, and originally there are on these injectors there are copper washers. And if you would like to change them, you will be able to order only white ones, another alloy, and probably better ones. But we can see that it fails also. It fails also. Let's use some carburetor cleaner. And clean the injector. It's drying out very quickly, so I need to clean it as soon as possible. But it works very well. Cleans the tar very efficiently. Now this one is broken, and it's broken not today, because the broken part, the broken place where it was, has changed the color. It would be lighter if it would be broken now. So it started to leak because this holder broken and wasn't able to hold it properly. Good that they have a few spare ones. If I wouldn't have, it would cost 12 euros. Now the engine part. I have to clean the tar. I have to clean the thread of the cylinder head. I am using a rag, a very clean rag, and a carburetor cleaner on it. And now it comes cleaner and cleaner, and the most important to clean that black part down there in order to have a clean surface for the washer to contact with. Okay, now it looks clean enough for me. Now we have to deal with that rust and threads. I have cleaned the old bolt. In the best case it should be used new, but it's not a big deal to use the old one. But the threads inside the head cylinder is still full of rust, so I need to clean it. I will use another bolt of this type, of the same purpose. But I will cut through a few cuts to make it suitable for cleaning threads, just like a thread maker. And this thread maker is too short, so I have to improvise. Now let's try twist sometimes, spray some compressed air, cut threads a little more, spray some compressed air more, and so on. In that way we will clean the thread. Looks like that cleaning the bolt helped really much, because it now goes in very easily, and just now it starts to get harder. Take a new washer, stick an injector, put here a little grease. It will make it stick and hold on the injector, and it won't fall inside the port. Position the fork and put the injector inside. Here the injector is seated. Use a new bolt. Pre-tighten it to 7 Newton meters and then tighten it to 55 degrees. So about 7 Newton meters and a little bit more. Should be okay. Put the fuel feed pipe. Make sure it's clean. Now connect fuel return pipes. Connect the harness, connect injector, that's it, injector sealing is replaced. I won't put the cover back on at least few days, just to make sure that no gases are coming out anymore. Now it's time to try to start it up. Looks like it's not leaking.